Cheerio everybody, and welcome to finally the actual Q&A video. I know a long time ago I said I was actually going to do this, and I'm finally sitting down to do it with you guys now. There's a reason for that, you'll find out at the end, but let's go through the comments, see what's got all the questions going. So we got questions from everywhere, we've got comments from everywhere, and I just want to talk about all of those with you. So let's begin. So I want to start with the questions and comments that are listed on the A New Year, A New Channel video. So let's take a look at that. Ashaman says, "The sadness. The king is dead. Long live the court." Thank you, Ashaman. You know, you've been around for a long time. I appreciate your support and everything like that. Jack O'Donnell says, "He looks like Tom Cruise, kinda." Well, thank you, Jack. You know, I guess I do have that sort of action hero-esque kind of figure and face. Just don't ask me to do any stunts. That will look bad. Habits Doctor Aperture 102 says, "Did you leave or did Nobel wanted to make it by himself?" I think that this is in reference to Lost Paws when I was a part of that channel. See, it was more of a gaming community at that point, but then as things went on, I started realizing I was losing track of what I was actually doing on my own channel because I wasn't having enough time to actually do that. And there were a few changes going on at Lost Paws at the same time, things that I don't necessarily agree with per se. So I decided that it was time for me to go ahead and move on and go back to where my roots belonged, which was the Gentleman Voice, and is currently actually with the Cinema Court also. Bonnie Gibbon says, "First." Sorry, someone needed to do it. Well, thank you. You are actually my first comment. Thank you very much, Bonnie. FernDog1996 says, "I like the idea you have of the new channel. Good luck with it. Also, and I will be looking forward for more videos to come here when you can. Well, I can all that you can. I'm sorry, okay, that was pretty stupid. Okay, so, yeah, there haven't been any videos here recently, but there's going to be an explanation for that in a little bit. I want to keep going with the comments here, though, first. Justin Maya says, "Nobel is doing better than you." Habits Doctor Aperture 102 also says, "I know, right?" That's just a statement of fact. I don't know what you want me to say to that. Now that we've gone through that one, let's go ahead and we'll start on Is the Gentleman Voice Dead?, which was the video I made back in November, I believe. Taylor Lawrence says, "I'm sure we all understand, gentlemen. Life has a way of stealing all our time away. I'm happy to see you got the Twilight reviews up, and I can't wait to watch those as well as the other upcoming movie reviews." Yeah, about that. It's sad you haven't had time to read. Perhaps someday you'll manage to find a few days to sit and enjoy a good book again. If you're looking for a recommendation, I have those. I may have mentioned before, but Stormfront by Jim Butcher is a good one. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. Have to get around to seeing that sometime. That might be a good book to read. I've never been much good at these, but let's toss a few out. Number one, what is your favorite word and why? Ooh, favorite word. I haven't thought about this beforehand, so let me think. For some reason, I love the way the word fester sounds. That's the reason why I like it. I like the way that fester, it just has that linguistic tone to it, where it's just got an interesting sound to it. I don't know why. It's just, I'm twisted that way, I guess. I just really like the word fester. Number two, what got you started on YouTube or video editing? In all truth, honest to God, serious, the first thing I ever did on YouTube was a hiking vlog channel, and it was one of the most boring and pointless things I've ever done in my life. But that's how I got started. I got started with that because it was something I was going to be doing with one of my friends. We were going to be doing a sort of a local flair for Orange County. Well, ended up just being, I was doing videos, and then that never got off the ground, but then the videos were pointless in any way, so I wasn't going to keep on going with them, so I stopped that. Video editing wise, though, my brother and I came up with a really, really interesting kind of movie idea, and we were just filming that, and I started just editing that. Our first movie that we did together that way, I filmed using just the Windows Movie Maker, which was, surprisingly, before they did an upgrade to a later version, a really good program for simple stuff, and it worked perfectly for what we needed. Then when they made the upgrade and we couldn't use that program the way we wanted to, we went ahead and we bought Corel Video Studio for our second movie, and that one, amazing. That's got me started working on video editing all the time, pretty much, and that's where all my video editing experience comes from, using Corel Video Studio X4, and from there pretty much upgrading until currently X8, which is the newest version, and I'm very happy with X8. It's really good. But that's where it got me started. It was a hiking vlogging channel, and it was I'm sorry, but my videos were pretty boring and they were repetitious, saying, I'm going to be doing this, but I'm not going to be doing it because I don't have time. And then the next video, same thing happening, and it was a pretty bad channel. I'm really sorry about that, but you can't find it anymore. I took it all down because it was just so bad. I was embarrassed by it by the end of it. Number 3, what is your all-time favorite book, movie, video game? Okay, favorite book. It's actually kind of a tie between two. One of them is Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. Really love that story and also the way it's written. And then the other one that's my favorite is Sword Dancer by Jennifer Robertson. Also, surprisingly, Jennifer Robertson took the time to actually find my video and she posted a comment on it. And that comment was just saying, wow, I just found this. Thank you. Yes, I'm the author. The South is basically the Middle East and the North is Scandinavia. I'm currently working on number 8. Thanks again for the great review. By the way, it's pronounced Robertson. Everyone gets it wrong, so don't sweat it. But it was so amazing actually getting a comment back from the writer of one of my favorite books like that. And that made my day right there. It was a wonderful experience. And that was back in, when was that? November. Back in November. So made a wonderful impression. I'm really glad. Jennifer Robertson, thank you so much for taking the time to do that. I will always treasure the fact that you took the time to post on one of my videos like that. Thank you so much. Favorite movie now might have to be the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Director's cuts, by the way, director's cuts. Those movies are phenomenal. This grand epic scope, favorite subject matter, wonderful book series. It just turned out amazing. More so than the Hobbit series. I'm sorry, I like The Lord of the Rings better than the Hobbits because the Hobbits turned out more like a video game and just lost its focus, and I was really disappointed by that. Favorite video game? One of my favorites are the first Assassin's Creeds, usually. The ones starring Ezio, because those ones have the best historical reference that I enjoy the most. But officially, my favorite video game of all time, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. I love that game and the way that it plays out. It works so well, and I love the motion controls. I love the motion controls in that one because they actually have good motion controls. Well done, Nintendo. Well done. Ashaman, welcome back again, Ashaman. You're very popular on this show. Ashaman says he's back. He's actually back. God damn FBI, they said you were dead. Rumors of my death are highly exaggerated. Mostly by me. And they most likely will continue to be exaggerated by me as time goes by because I'm guilty of not being back, really. You enjoyed Wheel of Time, right? Try Sanderson's Stormlight Archives, Book 1, The Way of Kings. I'll have to look into that. In all truth, I haven't checked comments for a long time, so yeah, I have to go look at some of these books, I think, now. Lost Paws says, do you love me? I mean, really love me? Oh, you know I love you, Noble. That's why you end up dying in my Pixel Piracy review. And I have this grand big funeral for you. Let's play a clip of that. Our friend Noble was a great many things. He was a great man. He was a great mate. He was a damn great man-mate. He was taken from us in a moment of cruel fate by a glitch that makes pirates who are mid-grapple to fall into the ocean if you quit and come back to the game. I will miss him and all of his beardedness. But I think there is only one person who will miss him more than me. And it's you, Marcus Lewington, because you've got to clean double time!
Oh man, son of a biscuit, and again.
Now let's stop this mourning and get ready to take on some legendary pirates! I love that scene. I'm sorry, it was a great scene and it was all unintentional for you to die there. Ferndog1996 says, I started watching Lost Paws when it was a group and I enjoyed it. I look forward to your gameplays and reviews. I hope to see a few videos with the whole group again one day because I just loved how you all played together. Do you think this will ever happen? If not, I understand. Good luck with everything going on and you support. Here, man. Keep the videos coming. Well, thank you, Ferndog. I know you have another section to that comment, but I just wanted to say thank you for taking the time to post and everything like that. I just wanted to also say that yeah, I enjoyed Lost Paws back when it was all a group like that, but because the dynamics were changing, my focus was shifting. Unfortunately, it looks like that's not going to be continuing. You enjoyed my video game playthrough review stuff? I'm actually going to talk about that a little bit later, but right now, yeah, I enjoy doing that too. I'm actually thinking about trying to get back into that. More on that later. Okay, so now I'm going to go through these comments without any particular order or rhyme or reason. I'm just going to start going through and then we'll see where we get from there. Just realized we have the same kind of phone. What a twist! Just found this channel thanks to Lost Paws, and I must say, I really enjoyed this video. You need more recognition because the content you produce is really well made. Well, thank you, Venomous. I really appreciate that. Now, you'll see some other stuff later on in the video afterwards where I'm going to start explaining things a little bit more about this. So, but yes, thank you for the support, and you'll see more what I'm going to be doing later. That awkward moment when that was the plan. That awkward moment when what you did in the video to be awkward was awkward. This was awkward. I'm lonely in this world because I can't comment to people liking films like Jurassic World. I absolutely love the first. I can't connect with Jurassic World. I just feels like artificial, dead, tasteless, mainstream, empty, synthetic, generated product with a name brand abused. Modern industry rapes me. Hurts so I simply detach myself from reality. People just want to love this movie to keep living in their bubble. It's sad to see how a sense for aesthetic simply vanishes, disappears, and one day is being lost. Generic answer? Don't go see it. It's just a movie. Just a movie? This is the daily life and work of hundreds of people. So if you just make a movie, just do that. But never have the chance to develop and learn how to perceive with reality with your own senses. Go ahead and do what a million of other people did just before you. You okay there, buddy? It's not that bad. It's just a movie. I mean that in the most nicest way. Do you think it was the author's intention to make the gay character, sorry if I forget his name, an unlikable character, or one we are supposed to sympathize with? Well, it's been a long time since I've actually read the book. I mean, it was way back when. I think it was last March of last year, I mean. I don't really remember too much about it, but I will give Robin Hobb credit and say that I trust her to be able to give him more dimension than what he was given. I'm sure that in the later books he's more developed and better and more interesting as a villain kind of thing. Or maybe he's not even really a villain. Maybe he's just a great character. Who knows? But I think that there's always a plan with what Robin Hobb does. Robin Hobb knows what she's doing to write and craft a great story. So I think, beyond a doubt, this character is a lot more complex than I was making him out to be in my review. I love this film and the game! Well, obviously I hate the movie. What now? The reason for that, okay, I'm done with Hyperion comments, guys. I made that clear in my Hyperion debuttal, and I actually took the time to go through every single comment that was a nay comment or a positive comment and actually talk about it. I'm not doing that anymore. My review stands. My review stands because it's just my opinion. You have another opinion? Make your own video, put it on the web, say that I'm a filthy, dirty traitor to the book series because I said that I didn't like it. I said other people probably did. Okay? Calm down. I also really love this movie. It's all I watched when it came out to DVD. Good for you. I didn't like it. What now? To myself, a lot of Jurassic World trailer looked like scenes from the original Jurassic Park. There's not a lot new with the new movie. You have Indominus Rex, Ankylosaurus, and Pterodons, and a heap of CGI work. Yes, and that was my opinion also. However, I'm also going to point out that this was just a teaser trailer that I was talking about in my review of the trailer, which people got really up in arms about. You'll see in a few minutes. I'm going to have a montage of all of that here. Yeah, let's go and judge a movie before we even see it. That's a smart idea.
What's wrong with having another sequel? It's not when everyone thought that we're doing an original. So we can rather play a movie where dinosaurs are bad and cities and shit.
Guys. It's an impression of a trailer that came out a long time back, and it was the teaser trailer, not the other trailers where it showed you more, where they had a little bit different. The teaser trailer focused on making it more like it was the original movie again. Yes, Maybe I was a bit harsh on it. Maybe I was premature. But I'm not the only guy. Look out on the internet, see how many other people had a video about that kind of thing. Let's get a few other comments from here that are not so scathing. I think the problem is the original was so groundbreaking. We can't relive that experience of seeing real dinosaurs on the screen again. It was a once-in-a-lifetime feeling. This isn't going to be aimed towards adults with nostalgia, but towards kids who have yet to experience that feeling. It's a fine balance between creating entertainment and wonder while keeping your investors happy. The risk involved in financing this movie and what happened to the movies JP 2 and 3 that broke away from the mold. That's a very fair point. Thank you, Marin. I appreciate that. What I'm going to say also is, you take the middle ground. I enjoy that because you say it's like this for the adults. It's probably not going to be great. For the kids, though, yeah, it helps if you're desensitized to the whole idea and the mystical wonder because we've already, like you said, we've already seen the dinosaurs. We're used to seeing the dinosaurs and being awestruck by the Jurassic Park original effects. So yeah, I see where you're coming from. The people who are more into the CGI world, they're going to see this and be more blown away also. I totally agree with you, but I'm not that shocked that this is going to happen. There's so many movies coming out about old franchises, and I really don't like that. We don't have that many new ideas for movies these days. I agree, Tom Roxable. I really do agree, and I wasn't shocked either, but I was more disappointed by the fact that it's going to be more of a rinse and repeat, it looked like, from the trailer. From the trailer, the teaser trailer, guys, it looked more rinse and repeat, but still has the same elements, and it's like, you already know what's going on with the Jurassic Park. Why did you open another Jurassic Park? And it just made no sense to me. And why would anyone go forward with it? I just saw the trailer and it's kind of dumb. This is going to suck bad and it will not be a great movie. Just a cheap thrill, that is. And that about sums it all up. I might go see it still. We'll see. Got a few days to decide. V-Rex dug up the ventral dial. I don't even know what that means. Okay, the following are going to be comments based off of my Dragon Age series, so let's go ahead and take a look at those. Gentlemen, are you me? We picked the same race, class, background, gender, hairstyle, hair color, and all the same responses to questions. It's uncanny! I think the only different thing was the war paint. Get out of my head! You get out of my head, Taylor! Seriously though, what if I'm Taylor? Or it could just be a really big coincidence. Either way, wow! Story time with the gentleman! Those kids looked enthralled with your telling. Well, you know what? Let's play a clip of that really quick so that way people have a little frame of reference on this one.
Help me as I go along. Children,
Absolutely.
hear of the fall of the Dales. Hear the tale of what makes you Dalish.
Okay.
Would you care to begin, Dalen?
Well, children, there's tons of a mommy and a daddy. That's not what that conversation's supposed to be about. Long ago, we were slaves.
Slaves to a terrible empire.
It began with a mommy elf and a daddy elf. And they loved each other very much.
Became free.
I just love that scene was just a little Easter egg fun clip. I didn't even remember what was in there until I saw this comment. Thank you, Taylor, for reminding me about that fun moment. That was just bizarrely great. I loved it so much. Hey there, I'm new to your channel and it looks like you could use some extra support. I'm going to send all my friends to find you because you have grade A contact! Exclamation point city. Well, thank you, Ganondorf Slayer. You know, I appreciate that because, of course, this is just my hobby. I'm glad to hear that people actually really do appreciate what I've been working on, and it makes it for a lot more fun for me. I really enjoyed King Kong. It's one of my favorite films. In fact, I've enjoyed all incarnations of this story. It's such a cinematic tale. I think this one is a bit too long, but I get lost in it every time I watch it. Well, I don't like it, so what now? No, really, everyone who has enjoyed King Kong, good for you, good for you. It's just not for me, and I know that, so glad you can enjoy it. Sorry that I can, but it's just, I never liked it. So there you have it, all the comments that were left for me to go through, and good God, it took me a long time to do that. But, you know, now that we've gone through them all, I feel like I've at least done part of my job to you, and I've made everything at least somewhat better for you. Now, here is something that I do need to talk about. What is going to be happening next on The Gentleman Voice? The Gentleman Voice is running into issues. And it's not just because I've got other channels I'm working on, although that is part of it. It's because there's a simple problem known as copyright. That's right. So pretty much all these studios that have been making these movies are now putting retroactive copyright claims on a lot of my videos. And when you have your content you spent a long time working on, I mean, you see my reviews. Those reviews are big productions. It's really disheartening. So it's been hard for me to get back into the idea of doing more actual work for this channel. But what I'm thinking about doing is this. Gentleman Voice is probably going to be the beginning place where people go to first, but I'm going to try and make it as clear as possible in an upcoming video, just doing a quick announcement afterwards, but I'm explaining it to you now here in full, that I'm going to start doing focuses differently. Gentleman Voice is going to be splitting into different channels. Cinema Court is going to be the main one for talking about movies. Now there, the main concept is I'm a lawyer who's trying to defend the bad movies from critics of the world. But gentlemen, we love it when you tear apart the movies. It's so much fun when you do that. And I know you don't talk like that or type like this. I'm just doing this for effect. But the point of the matter is, I've got you covered also. Because on Cinema Court, there's a little sub-series I like to call Counsel Confidential. And Counsel Confidential pretty much is focused on a discussion where myself as the lawyer, I'm talking to the director, who is played by the movie, ironically, and we're trying to figure out how we can defend them in court, and if we can. And you'll see bad movies come up there that I will be tearing a new one. For example, The Room. You should have heard about The Room by now. It's one of the worst movies of all time, and it's great because of that. And then there's also Transformers. Now, Transformers, it may be ishy bad, but it's pretty bad, and it builds up to a big joke. So if you follow that series, you'll see why, and you'll understand where I'm going with that. Book reviews, no more of those. Book reviews are not going to have their own channel. Pretty much, book reviews are done. Video game reviews and playthroughs, like you have been seeing with the Pixel Piracy and the different games I'm playing at different times, those are going to be moving to a brand new channel that I plan to make called Trevor the Subpar Gamer. And pretty much that one's going to be just same kind of thing. It's going to be more JonTron-esque kind of reviews, and probably the same kind of zany schedule where sometimes there won't be anything for a while. But I've got ideas, and I'm working on those in my head right now. I'm trying to get those out, and it's going to be more of a style like the Pixel Piracy, which I love the Pixel Piracy review because it is so much fun. And a lot of you love that one too. So we'll see what we can do on that. We'll see if we can get something similar to that that you can enjoy. So there you have it. This is what's going to be happening with Gentleman Voice. Gentleman Voice itself is going to be no longer really in session. It's going to be moving to the two different channels I mentioned. I take ideas from all those, so if you have suggestions, I can try and incorporate those. If you have ideas about different ones I should do, I can take those as well. Be sure to send those to those respective channels, though, because if you send something to my Cinema Court one asking about video games, it's not going to be as effective as sending it to Trevor, the Subpar Gamer. So, yeah, that's going to be what we should do with that. Cinema Court is going to be all the movie stuff. I hope you guys come and check out all that different stuff, because that's a lot of different content, and in all truth, Cinema Court is going to be my most prolific one. Simple reason, smaller production scale, much faster to get through, much shorter to edit and film. It's a lot faster to get to, so that's going to have the most content overall. And that's worthwhile looking at, just so you know, just because of that. It's currently just rolling now, but I've got 2 more episodes I'm working on now, another episode after that. Behind the scenes videos, there's a lot more going on Cinema Court than you would probably have expected. But I'm also going to be working on the gaming reviews and gaming play stuff, because I love playing video games. I wanted to get back into that. I'm finally getting back into it a little bit, so we'll see what happens with that in a little bit then. I might repost the channel stuff over on some of that other channel. I might try and repost the video game reviews and playthroughs on my other channel in a little bit, just so that way we have those connecting up there, or I'll just make another playlist and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking through these comments and also going through them and making them with me. That makes a lot of fun. And in the meantime, I guess I'll see you on the other channels. There'll be one more video coming out. There'll be one more announcement video coming out, and then pretty much that is where everything will end. There'll be one more announcement video coming out for the Gentleman Voice, and then after that, things are going to be moving over to the respective channels. So anyways, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry that this channel's not working out, but with the copyright stuff, it's just going to be too zany and hazardous. it's just too zany and hazardous to really keep going with the gentleman voice, with the copyright stuff, and also the fact that now the focus has shifted entirely to different mediums, and I want to make sure that that is reflected. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your support. Hopefully you check out these other channels. The Trevor one is not up yet, but I'm hoping to put it up soon. And until I see you again, cheerio and farewell.